Hey Beauty, what helps you recover from stress? I think part of our problem is that we do not recover from our stress. We rush from one thing to another. We hold our emotions in. We go to sleep and then we do it all over again. Today, I'm going to talk about what I do to recover from stress in hopes that it will inspire you to make a very intentional effort to find ways for you to recover from some of the stressors in your life. If you're overwhelmed, tired of trying to figure out your health on your own, and looking for a faith-fueled way forward, you're in the right place. Hey Beauty, I'm Alexandra, author and registered nurse, and I believe Jesus is the source of true healing. I am the Lord your healer. Exodus 15:26. My husband came to me the other day and he said that he was really stressed out with work and his eye was twitching for most of the day. This is ironic because the same thing has been happening to me, or it was happening before, where my eye would twitch because I was stressed out about work. So he said that his eye was twitching for most of the day, but then he went to jujitsu, and after the class was over, his eye was not twitching anymore, and he did not feel stressed out anymore. And it's so interesting because I've talked on the podcast before about this. Everyone in my family, the five of us, have been taking either Muay Thai kickboxing or Jiu-Jitsu or both since October of last year. And I've said this before, I felt so awkward and I still feel awkward every time I go. I don't want to go, but after I go, I feel like I'm on top of the world and I feel like I have the same experience as my husband. I can feel so stressed out. I can feel like I can't turn my brain off, but when the class is over, I feel like I can conquer the world. Because he told me about this the other day, I had to look into it more. I had to understand why this is happening. And I want to make it clear that I'm not a super athlete. I'm not totally into martial arts. I would call myself actually pretty awkward when it comes to sports and physical activity, but there's something to this. And even if you're not interested in martial arts or anything like that, I want you to stay and listen to this episode because this is so important for you to know. So I looked into some articles about why this happens with martial arts. Here are some of the health benefits of things like jujitsu and Muay Thai kickboxing. It's great for your mental health and for your well-being. It's great for your brain. It helps improve your focus, your attention, your memory, and your executive functioning. It's great for mood elevation and it's great for decreasing anxiety. There are also psychosocial benefits. This last one is huge. When you're doing things like sparring with someone, it forces you to be focused in the present moment. Because if you forget to block or dodge, you're gonna get hit. And if you're sparring with, the last time I was in class, I was sparring with a 16-year-old, and according to one of my instructors, she's a troubled kid. She gets into fights, and she had just got into a fight. Supposedly, someone was about to knife her, and she had a bunch of bruises on her ribs, and her knuckles were kind of, they weren't bleeding anymore, but basically she was injured. But she kept telling me to punch her really hard. I wouldn't do it though because I didn't want her to get hurt more. So she got mad at me, and so she started sparring faster. Now, usually when I spar with people, I don't go full force and they don't go full force either because I usually go to the beginners classes. And I think most people assume that I'm not part of the class because I want to become an amazing MMA fighter. I just do it for fitness and because it's fun and it's good for self-defense. But anyway, my point is if If I'm sparring with someone like that 16-year-old or with someone new, usually it's a new guy who is trying to prove himself. Sometimes those new guys will try to punch really hard or kick really hard. And if I'm not paying attention, I can get hurt really badly. So I think this is one of the key reasons why things like jujitsu and Muay Thai kickboxing are so great for your mental health because it forces you to focus in the present moment. We are hit with stressors throughout the day, right? Let's say you're sitting at work and then one of your coworkers says something insulting to you or humiliates you in a meeting or something like that. Sometimes we just have a very stressful day and we never help our bodies relieve itself from that stress. But when you're doing things like sparring, you are purposely bringing your body into that fight or flight mode. You're focusing. You don't have the time or the energy to ruminate on that coworker that made you angry. You have to pay attention in that present moment or you're going to get hit and it's going to hurt. But here's the difference. You are being stressed in that moment when you're dodging a kick or a punch. Your fight or flight response is activated, but after the class is over, your body recognizes that you're safe. And so that stress loop has closed. I was thinking about the other day, and I when I was in college, I also took ballroom dancing. I took ballroom dancing and Latin dancing, basically dancing with a partner, structured dancing. And after the classes, I kind of felt the same way. It wasn't exactly the same, but I felt really good after taking those dance classes. If you think about it, it makes sense. We feel good after we go to a dance, like a structured dance class or after we spar because we're moving our body, we're focusing on the dance moves. If we're dancing with a partner, if we're trying to learn a new step, we have to focus on that step. When we're moving our body, we're releasing endorphins, right? When we go to a martial arts class full of people, we get to interact with other people. Same thing with structured dancing. If you're dancing with a partner, it's a form of social interaction, right? Which we need. God created us to be around other people, to converse with other people, to do things with other people. In the same way, if you take a structured dance class, you have to be focused in that present moment in order for you to know which steps to take next to keep up with the rhythm of the music. If you're dancing with a partner, you have to be aware of where your partner is turning, where his feet are, etc., right? It's not the exact same thing as sparring, but it's similar. I was telling a friend of mine that when I was in high school, I ran track. Doing that kind of training was great for my body and for my fitness, but I kind of hated it because it was so hard and it's just a different kind of training. It didn't have the same effect as martial arts does on my mental health. And this is partly because when you're running, you don't really have to concentrate so hard on the running. So you still have your mind still has the opportunity to think about the stressors of the day. Whereas if you're doing something like dancing with a partner, taking a structured dance class, or sparring, your brain cannot think about anything else except the dance steps or protecting itself from getting hit, right? In fact, according to the research that I found, after people spar or after they have finished their dance classes, it's actually pretty common for people to cry after the class. And this is because, like I was saying before, you have activated your fight or flight response. But after the class is over, whether it be sparring or your structured dance class, your body can actually calm down. It feels safe. So you've actually released the stress and your body feels safe to actually release and let go and cry. You've basically successfully taken your body out of fight or flight and given your body permission to rest, to show emotion, to start digesting again, to go to sleep if you're tired. So what is my point? I am not trying to sell you martial arts classes or ballroom dance classes, but what I am trying to say is that your body may need to release stress. Like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, I feel like as a culture, we're so bad at this. We deal with stressors throughout the day and we don't release the stress. People that have been chronically abused, or they're going through grief, or they just have really stressful jobs or really stressful lives, and they don't release that stress, think about what that does to the body, what that does to the mind. I believe that God made the body so strong, but if you don't take care of that body, if you do not somehow tell your body that it's okay to rest, it's okay for your body to get out of that fight or flight mode, your body is going to be so tired, and that's when we start to see negative health symptoms, right? So that's why I really want to encourage you, if you don't have a good way to deal with the stressors in your life, I really want to encourage you to find something. Movement, I think, is great, but it doesn't even have to be movement. Let's go back to the benefits of martial arts. It's great for your mental health. It's great for your cognitive health, and it helps improve your focus, your attention, your memory, your executive functioning. It raises your endorphins. It has great psychosocial benefits. It helps you focus in the present moment. I personally don't like playing chess, but if you like playing chess, this could be a good stress reliever for you. I mean, it's great for your brain. It has positive psychosocial benefits because when you're playing chess, you have to interact with someone else. And hopefully, if you care about the game and you're immersed in the game, it will help you to focus in the present moment. It will help your brain to reset a little bit. It will take your brain out of the stressors of the day and help you to focus on the chess game that is right in front of you. I asked AI for some other ideas and it said rock climbing. Rock climbing would be good for stress relief. Playing musical instruments that involve precision, like playing the violin, playing the piano, playing the drums. Playing instruments are good for your brain. Supposedly, if you're playing drums, for instance, that's good for helping you focus in the present moment instead of ruminating on the stressors of the day. Escape rooms are good. My oldest daughter, we actually had a birthday party for her at an escape room. Those are pretty cool. If you like debates, I guess if you had like a debate club in your area, that might be some type of stress relief for you, or just any type of structured classes where you can engage your brain and help your brain not focus on the stress of the day, but help your brain see that you are safe and that you can calm down and focus on something else. I was actually thinking about this yesterday. You know how our body has these fight or flight mode and it has this rest and digest mode? I was thinking that God probably created this fight or flight mode that we have after Eve ate the apple. Think about it. Before Eve ate the apple, there was no stress in Adam and Eve's life. The people got along with the animals. There was no sin in the world. Everything was free. But then when Adam and Eve sinned and sin entered the world, we needed to have a fight or flight mode to run away from the bears that try to eat us. We needed something that would help us to run away or to fight when needed. But that wasn't something that we needed before sin entered the world, right? So we do need this fight or flight mode right now, but we can't stay stuck in this mode all the time. And as I've said before, I think this is a huge problem in our culture because we get so stressed out. We're not usually being chased down by bears, but we get anxious and we get stressed out. And so our body gets revved up. And then instead of dealing with stress in healthy ways, sometimes we drink alcohol or sometimes we just scroll through social media for 4 hours a night. And that is not really not helping our stress level. So I really want to encourage you to find something healthy to help you relieve stress. Something that will challenge your brain. Go ahead and take up martial arts if that's something that you're interested in. It doesn't matter how old you are. I've said this on the podcast before, but it's kind of turned into a pet peeve of mine where people just think that once they hit a certain age, whatever that age is, that they don't they're not adventurous anymore. They don't try new things. They think that they can't do any type of workout anymore. Yes, our body breaks down more as we age, but our bodies are extremely adaptable. And so it's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Is your body breaking down simply because you're getting older? Or is your body breaking down because you've decided that you're just too old and so you've stopped taking care of your body? You've stopped challenging it. You've stopped moving. You've stopped dancing like you used to. You've stopped lifting any type of weights, which is what I keep hearing that when you get older, it's important to lift weights when you're older. You can lift light weights. I mean, it's kind of like that use it or lose it principle. If you don't move your muscles, if you don't train your muscles at all, of course they're going to waste away. So I just want to encourage you to find something that will help you recover from stress. It can be something new, it can be something that you used to do when you were younger. It could be like a new adventure for you. Don't give into the lie that you're too old. If you have kids, I bet that you want them to try new things. You want them to be adventurous. You want them to be well-rounded. Well, why doesn't the same apply to us? Just because we have kids or just because we've reached a certain age, we can still experience new things. We can still find new adventures. We can still challenge our brains. And whether it's mixed martial arts or chess or picking up a musical instrument, taking a bubble bath, whatever will help you, I implore you, please find a way to help your body recover from stress. And if you want help discerning what kind of support your body needs right now, you can learn more about my health clarity sessions. Go to herholistichealing.com/clarity. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for listening today. If you like what you heard, would you take a minute to leave the show a review? I would love to connect with you at herholistichealing.substack.com. Matthew 11. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls.
For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Do, 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 do. Bye. Bye.
This content is for informational purposes only and is not meant to be medical advice.